Greetings, everyone. This is, I would say, part two of the Transgender Agenda. It's actually part one, but they took down the last 15 minutes of the video. So I'm gonna try to get the second part of that video out and see how that works. And see, when you see that shh, that's called the code of silence. Anybody that's involved in any of that Illuminati business, they know what that is. So again, we're dealing with. They've been doing it a long time. It ain't nothing new. Sha'Carri Richardson is not the first one. You can go to tennis, and it's the same thing. Female tennis, it's the same thing. You see, don't, do your own research. Don't just believe me. Do your own research. All the president's men. All the president's men. You understand? Now, in the other video, I talked about the two-spirit people. They made sure they cut that out. So let me just read you about the two-spirit people. And while I do that, let's put something up since I can't talk to you straight. They done messed up. Let's fix that up. Okay, two-spirit people. It is important to understand that the native cultures didn't have a name for homosexuality, as they saw both heterosexual and homosexual behavior as common. For example, masculine homosexual males and masculine heterosexual males fit into the same category. It was the feminine males and masculine females who were called two-spirit people. Now, historically, many Aboriginal tribes, rather than stigmatize two-spirit persons, looked to them as leaders and as beneficial to their tribal communities, since they held both masculine and feminine traits. Two-spirit person could do both the work of men and women and slip into, between, along, and through gender roles. Female two-spirits participated in hunting and warfare, while male two-spirit participated in farming, herding, gathering food, weaving, knitting, raising children, basket, and pottery. Rather than physical body, Native Americans emphasized a person's spirit or character as being the most important. This gender status offers a range of possibilities from slightly effeminate male or masculine female to androgynous or transgender persons to those who completely cross-dress and act as the other gender. A common characteristic of the two-spirit men was that they were believed to possess supernatural powers. It was understood that they could mediate between the psychic and physical since they possessed the visions of both sexes. It's called double vision by certain tribes, and harness the masculinity and the feminine energies of the creator in balance. It is important to note that similar religious traditions existed among the native peoples of Siberia, Africa, and many parts of Central and Southeast Asia. It is well documented that highly respected androgynous persons have been noted among indigenous Americans from Alaska to Chile. Androgyny seems to be quite ancient among humans. These two spirit males were often given roles as spiritual leaders and shamans, as they were perceived as gatekeepers into the spiritual realm. So we can see that we have a natural phenomenon, but in the devil's hand, we got a whole nother thing going on, because to the devil, it's all about global depopulation. Because they know if they can get at least half of the population, you know, to be, say, homosexual or transgender, then that's part of global depopulation, because 2 men and 2 women, they can't make a baby. They know this, and that's the agenda. The LGBTQ agenda is global population. And you got a lot of well-meaning people in that community that don't understand that they're being used by the New World Order boys to bring about global depopulation. This is the New World Order, y'all. This is the New World Order. You see, not about hate, not about hating on nobody, but this is about understanding the New World Order. See, one thing about you women folk is that you should be more vigilant than anyone else, because this is where all your men, this is what's happening to all your men folk. This is why you can't find the good men. You know, homosexuality always been out there, but now it's crazy. You know what I mean? It's too a crazy number. It's just too many. It's just too much going on. And not only that, it's being promoted. It's being promoted. It's being promoted. And you know, and that's the problem that I have, which is why so many of you today, uh, go to drag queen story hour, because, the society all messed up. See, a lot of times people don't realize. They say, well, so-and-so had a baby. How could they be a transgender? Come on now. They get baby from adoption. They get baby from the CPS, Child Protective Services, And this is Queen Victoria on the screen. Look at that. That's Queen Victoria, okay? Queen Victoria. So they get babies all kinds of ways. Test tube babies. They adopt them, and so that's where they're getting those babies from. So don't believe the media when the media says somebody had a baby today and all of that. Don't even believe that stuff. Now see, people don't understand what this symbol means. People think it means peace. That is not a peace sign. Maybe it is to some people, but that is not a peace sign. It's the Baphomet sign. You might want to know who Baphomet is? Huh. That's Baphomet. Remember the horns that Beyonce was put on? That's what she was doing. She was representing the Baphomet. Because what do you see? You see half man, half woman, and actually half beast. With the, you see the sign he's displaying? When you see him cross their legs like that, that's Baphomet. That's Baphomet, or the two gender sign. Just so you know. Just so you would know. For your information. Just so you would know. Because the media is not going to tell you. Somebody say, well, the media would tell us. See, that's the problem. People still believe in the media. They not going to tell you. They told you to put on a mask and take a deadly shot. They're not going to tell you they work for the New World Order. That's their outlet. They are the beast. Come on now. So, you don't have to believe me. You can go now. you can see this for yourself. You can play this back and check out some of these videos you see so you can learn for yourself what is going on with this transgender agenda. It ain't no joke, folks. It's not about two-spirit people. If that's the case, you wouldn't have to have a transgender agenda. You just let the people be. But they're not interested in the two-spirit people. They're into the transgender situation. I want y'all to check out these for those who like to research, for those who get on the internet and just want to espouse, some information from their limited information where they do no research and they call you a troll, but they don't do no research. Now you have something that you can plug into for yourself. Do the research for yourself. And I know the overwhelming majority of you would not do it, but those who will, then it's good for you that you can get this information and then you can learn for yourself about what's going on with this transgender agenda, which again is really amount to global population. So I don't want anyone on Facebook or anywhere talk about trolling when I have the information and I'm well researched. Well researched. So it's time you wake up and learn when somebody is trying to tell you something for your own good, and stop being stupid and do the research for yourself. Now, one last thing, which they cut off in the last video, I showed you, or I gave some information about how to spot transgender people, just so that you would know for yourself. Okay, man got a bigger head, bigger ears,